What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Mike Diack. I am a master plumber and HVAC contractor in the states of New York, South Carolina, and Florida. Today, Tuesday, October 22nd, 2024, I just left our New York office in Woodmere, and I'm heading to a service call in Fresh Meadows, Queens. We have an existing heating maintenance agreement client, homeowner, that is getting their included heating, maintenance, and tune-up. This will be the second year in a row that we've serviced this homeowner. They have I believe it's a Burnham gas-fired steam boiler. And we're just going to do a good wellness check, take the burners out, do a full cleaning. And let me show you exactly how Pipe Doctor Home Services performs heating maintenance on steam heating systems. So if you appreciate this, at the end of the video, let me get your thoughts and feedback in the comment section down below. And along the way, if you feel I'm worthy of a thumbs up, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And as always, thoughts, feedback, and criticism in the comment section down below. Let's get going. All right, I just pulled up to the customer's location, and I'm going to have my business card ready to hand him, and also a sticker. A lot of my existing and also new clientele know me as Mikey Pipes, and sticker is a little like consolation prize. And my nice business card. I love my business cards. I get mine from Footbridge Media Printing. Look at it. It's a nice hard cardstock. Literally, you get 1,000 of these for like $200. You cannot beat their prices anywhere. They also do my website for my Central Florida location, OrlandoPipeDoctor.com. It's only $250 a month. Great website. They do the SEO for it. It's like getting you in the yellow pages back in the days for your website. So there's a link in the description box down below. Their cards, they do valve tags, they do direct print mailers, postcards, door hangers. They do so much crazy stuff that the local printing company that I used for over almost 20 years, I fired. Anyway, I just pulled up to the customer's location. I have my business card and sticker ready. Let's go say hi, and let's get this boiler tuned up for the 2024-2025 heating season. All right, we got this Peerless gas-fired steam boiler. Steam header coming out of the top of the boiler, going to 2 steam mains. Here is our smaller than what it should be equalizer. This is an 1.25 inch line. This should not be less than 1 pipe size smaller than the steam main coming out of the top of the boiler. This is 2 inch, same as these two. This is 1.25 inch. Got a 45, a 90. We have a Union, a T. I'll show you what's going on over there in a minute, but this should be 1.5 inch. I like to keep it the same size as the header, but nonetheless, it is what it is. Let's identify some components that we got here on the right side of the boiler. This is our service switch. The emergency switch is normally on top of the basement stairs. This is an aquastat. Safe to say that it is for the basement zone. It's a probe style aquastat with this little capillary tubing right here. Secured to there. It looks like right before or after that check valve. It's probably a swing check. We have a single zone switching relay. Pigtail. This is the pigtail to keep the latent heat off the pressure troll. We got a pressure gauge, lower to cutoff, sight glass with upper and lower valves, the drain port or plug on the bottom. Another drain here, full port, looks like for a garden hose. That's nice. And this is our this is our hydronic zone off the bottom of the boiler. Let's take a look under the hood of this Peerless. And our model. This is a 6304L standing pilot. See? Standing pilot. 147,500 BTUs of input. This is our 24 volt standing pilot gas valve. This is the thermocouple. This is the pilot tubing. 24 volts coming in. Here we have a transformer. This would have been a location for a relay, like a thermostat relay. And that is our rollout switch. If any flames are rolling out, that's going to sense it, and it's a fusible link, so it'll permanently disable the boiler until that's replaced or, God forbid, bypassed. Let's take a look at the other side. We have a 15 PSI relief valve here. Perfect. Steam tapping, that's 3-inch, by the way. Boiler drain, drip leg. It's clean, good. Here's our Hartford loop T, and this is, looks like it's going to be a supply or return for the hydronic zone. Yep, boiler feed off the automatic feeder, vent damper, and in there, at the end of those two wires, that is your spill switch or blocked vent switch. It's resettable, so there's a little button in between. Are you recording? Yep, in between those two wires, that's resettable. So if chimney's ever clogged, it senses that exhaust gases are dropping out of the bottom of the diverter. It's going to disable the boiler until it's reset. Let's open up this drain. Take some water out of this boiler. We'll test the low water cutoff. And at the same time, the automatic feeder. And there is that light on the low water cutoff. It is active. It senses a low water condition. So we know that's...
The delay on the water feeder will be like a few minutes before
Yes.
it starts?
Yes.
Okay, because that bothered me. Because I didn't remember.
The delay on the response for the automatic feeder to replenish water when the low water cutoff is active is for a reason.
Oh.
So the reason is when the boiler is running, if you had like a surging condition or if there's just like not enough water in the boiler, but it thinks that if it turns itself off, that water, that steam will turn back into water and condense and make its way back to the boiler where it could, you know, have enough water at that point. You know, the water level in the boiler will be fine. So the delay in that, which is usually a couple minutes, 2 minutes, could be 60 seconds, will allow any water to make its way back to the boiler to prevent it from overfilling.
Ah, makes sense.
Yep. So the water's pretty clean here. Let's dump this into the laundry sink and see if there's any greenness to it. The additive that we added last year of Surgex. So there's no green left. Nope, just a little slight tint of brown. The Surgex helps. There's your feeder. It's about a minute and a half. It has a clock on it or a counter for gallons. So the Surgex its job is to treat the water that's sitting in the boiler and help produce more drier steam. Because you don't want wet steam, you want dry steam. And there's a reason why everything is done in life, and there's a reason why every boiler is installed the way it is, especially like the near boiler piping, because the dead men who aren't around anymore, who put this in over a century ago, learn from their mistakes. And at the end of the day, in a steam heating system that operates under low pressure, I'm not going to talk about high pressure because I don't really, that's talking outside my realm of expertise, but a steam heating system that operates on low pressure, like for residential homes that we work on, that you want to have dry steam. Make sense?
Makes sense.
All right, so we're waiting for this
And
automatic.
then you're going to check that high water cutoff? Because that was what was gunked last time.
The high water cutoff?
Yeah, no, right, at the top.
The low water cutoff.
No, the top of the sight glass.
Well, right now it's slowly filling. Your automatic feeder is quite slow, but it's filling. And to test, we can open up this bypass valve and watch that increase. but he was worried about the top valve here. So what we could do is
Remember that
close this.
after you came, I
We
had
can
to
close
go back
that.
because of the
I'm going to turn this off, and we will take out the valve, upper valve, and we'll use one of the rods to make sure it's clear.
And it includes an annual inspection and cleaning. So
Yeah, so our maintenance plan, which is I think $23.95 a month plus tax that you're paying, you're basically prepaying for a discounted annual tune-up.
Exactly. And discount, some kind of discount if I needed a service.
Correct.
And priority.
Yeah, so this is,
All good now?
yeah, that's clean as a whistle.
When you do the draining of the hot water tank, is it really just good to flush it out once, or should I be obsessed with getting it to being completely clear?
Listen, if you like preventative maintenance and you like taking care of your stuff, you should do it until it's clean. The same way with your boiler. You know, you want to drain the water in in the boiler from what I just did before until that water is clear.
So you're not.
You know, and if you do that on a religious on a scheduled basis, the water will remain clear, right? So I go to some boilers where it hasn't been done in forever, right? And I could spend hours there with use of pumps to push water in, take water out, to try to like rinse the inside of the boiler, to flush out all the junk inside the bottom of the boiler, because people neglect, their car that they drive every day to give them heat.
Right.
They do that. People do. People actually drive their car every day that produces heat in their home all winter long and think that every season it's going to work with reliable, dependable service with zero maintenance.
Right. So would you recommend once a month during heating season?
Absolutely. All right, let's take off the front cover of the pressure control device, also known as the pressure troll. Turn off the power. We're going to pull the pressure troll from the pigtail because pigtails like to get clogged. And the only way to test this installed is by removing the two wires and spinning off the pressure troll and then blowing through the pigtail. Now, if I recall correctly, last year this pigtail was clogged.
I don't remember, but I know that your videos always talk about that. So
I specifically remember your sink.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now I'm going to blow on this. All right, got some new Teflon tape on the threads of the pigtail. Let's re-secure the pressure troll. We're low pressure, so a little more than hand tight will suffice.
Yeah, but Montauk, I bought it as a rental property in 2019.
All right, and we got our pressure at, looks like 0.5 psi, exactly where it needs to be. Perfect. Let's take a look at our burners. They are all clean as a whistle. So let's fire up the boiler and do a combustion and draft analysis. All right, so I just tasked the homeowner with turning on the thermostat and raising it to a set point above ambient temperature. One of the first things we're going to hear is the click of the thermostat relay once he turns the heat on. Oh, I'm sorry, this one does not have a thermostat relay, but our vent damper is opening on that call for heat. The rollout switch will need to be closed. Our spill switch will also need to be closed. Our pressure troll will need to be closed. Our low water cutoff will need to be closed. And as long as those safety devices are all closed, allowing continuity or electricity to travel through it, that means the circuit is not open, it's closed, we will have voltage going to our gas valve and we'll have main ignition, which is what we have right now. We're gonna let this fire up and stabilize, and then we'll do a combustion analysis at the rear of the boiler. For the combustion analyzer my company uses, we use Testo products. I have the Testo 320. Some of the other guys have the 300 and the 310. I like the 320. I don't like the 300. You have to have these calibrated every year, and we are due next month to send this to True Tech Tools to get it serviced. Let's go test combustion. All right, let's turn on the analyzer. And the probe of the combustion analyzer needs to be installed or placed on the inside top of the boiler. And if you take a look at where it is right now, it's in there. This bottom hollow part that my finger is pointing to right now, that's the bottom of the diverter off the back of the boiler. If we were to place it, say, here on the flue pipe or above the diverter, we will have diluted results. So we're directly on top of the boiler. We're gonna let these readings stabilize, and we'll take a reading and make adjustments if needed.
Those are my two favorites. You're too busy making your own video. You don't have time to watch any videos on the channel.
I watch other YouTubers. Not many though. I watch this one guy called John Phillips. He's in Sarasota, Florida. The guy is a certified lunatic.
What's his shtick?
His shtick is that he loves... Yeah, I need some water. His shtick is that he loves the other party.
What do you mean the other party?
The other party.
I don't know what that means.
He loves the other party.
Loves the other party.
Yep. You're a smart, educated man. I'll let you ponder that for a minute.
You talking about political party?
You could interpret that that way if you want to.
I mean, if he loves the other party, why doesn't he just go to change his party?
That's a great question.
I'm a diehard Trump supporter, whatever. However that factors into your.
He's a supporter of the other party.
Of the other party.
Yes.
The wackadoodles.
Yes. The ones that are confused.
The ones that like women have penises and everything else.
Do you know that I have there's a fairly large Jewish community in Seattle?
Yes, I have relatives there.
Yeah, all right. So I have one of my son's friends lives in Seattle, well, outside of Seattle. He can actually see Bill Gates' house from across the lake where he lives. Right?
I think everyone can.
Yeah, it's so big, right? So do you know that in the boys' bathroom, there are tampon dispensers?
Tampon Tim. I didn't know that until I heard of tampon. What, in Bill's house?
No, in the schools.
Oh, in the schools.
Yeah, in Seattle.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
Yeah. And that's what this world is coming to.
It's just so. I don't know. I'm just hoping that.
Can I get some more water? All right, we just added the Rector Seal Surgex. We removed the 15 psi relief valve, the drip leg, the elbow with the nipple. Poured that down there with a little assistance of some water, and the homeowner gave me some water. That's down there. Combustion analysis is not too shabby. 380. This will probably end up in the 390-ish range, maybe 400 degrees. But timing is of the essence. A heating tune-up should be about 45 minutes to an hour per system. We're gonna clipboard this result. We're gonna pause it. We're going to escape. And I'm gonna take the probe out of the bottom of the boiler. Make sure I don't melt anything. There you go. And we're gonna go to draft measurement, hit OK. It's gonna time out for 11 seconds to zero out. And once that's done, we're gonna put the probe back in there and do a draft measurement so we can confirm negative draft. All right, so right now we're at 392, and it's been bouncing between 0 inches of water column positive and 0.004 inches of water column, and 0.004 would be 4 thousandths, tens, hundredths, thousands. There you go. See, let's clipboard that. Take this out. Oh, let's not melt anything there. Beautiful. And let's pause and let's print this and fix it to the boiler, the packing slip that we placed here last year when we did a combustion test. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes this service call and this maintenance on this peerless gas-fired steam boiler. If you live in the New York City, Long Island metropolitan area, and you're tired of getting bamboozled by your plumbing or HVAC contractor, give me a call at 516-348-6300 or save time. Book online at pipedoc.net. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button, guys. And I really appreciate the best compliment you can give me is hitting that subscribe button to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be well. God bless. Stay safe.